Hi everyone, Wayne Alaroot for Personal Liberty. It's really quite easy to understand why the U.S. economy is in crisis and decline. Forget the delusional stock market fueled by Fed fake money printing. On Main Street, our economy is sick and getting sicker. There are no jobs. 90 million working-age, able-bodied Americans are not working. That's almost one-third of the country. The workforce participation rate, the lowest in decades. The rate of business startups, the lowest in decades. Food stamps, disability welfare, and Medicaid at record highs. We face economic Armageddon, disaster, tragedy. Why? The answer is found in how we treat the heroes of the economy. Firemen are heroes because they run into burning buildings when the rest of us are running out. Policemen are heroes because they run towards the sound of gunshots. The rest of us run away. That's why they're called first responders. Where would we be in a crisis without these heroes? But our economy relies on heroes too. I call these heroes financial first responders. They're the business owners, investors, job creators, and taxpayers. They risk their financial lives just as policemen and firemen risk their bodies. They run towards crisis just like our first responders. They're willing to risk their life savings on nothing but a business idea. Amazing. They even risk their money in the midst of an economic crisis while the rest of us are running away. That takes true courage and guts. Like firemen and policemen who risk their lives selflessly for others, the financial first responders risk their money selflessly to create jobs and a better life for their employees and provide products that consumers need at a price they can afford. Their courageous risk-taking is what fuels the entire U.S. economy, thereby paying the taxes necessary to fund government. Without financial first responders, the economy and government would grind to a halt. Obama famously said, "You didn't build that," to business owners. That statement could be the most ignorant ever uttered by a United States president. The truth is the exact opposite. Nothing could get built by government without the risk taken by business owners. The very reason we have roads and highways and bridges and airports and schools and hospitals is the tax dollars paid by financial first responders. Yet while government praises traditional first responders, like firemen and policemen, Obama and his socialist cabal demonize, denigrate, and disrespect the financial first responders. For our courage and heroic risk-taking, we get kicked in the gut. We're targeted, punished, regulated, and taxed to death for our success, and now we're even persecuted by the IRS. Next time you wonder why the U.S. economy is failing, just remember that President Obama has created a hostile work environment. Just remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of success in any business comes from the top 20% of superstar employees, and the same holds true of government. Whether it's Merrill Lynch or Coldwell Banker or Charles Schwab or Allstate or Facebook or the state of New Jersey or the federal government, success is dependent on the rainmakers. The top 20% produce 80% of your profits, pay 80% of your bills. How do you motivate the rainmakers? It's simple. The more these superstars produce, the more they get to keep. In any industry in the world, the superstars at the top keep more of what they earn. Plus, they receive bonuses, fancy dinners, vacations, gifts, golf, you name it. Can you imagine if a company came along that reversed that idea? What if this company treated the top 20% like crap? What if they punished them? The more they made, the less they kept. What if this company took away all the extra commissions and bonuses of these superstars and redistributed the money to the worst 20% of employees? Can you imagine giving nothing to your superstars but offering fancy dinners, golf, gifts, and trips around the world to the worst performers? How absurd! That company would be out of business in 30 days. Don't look now, but it's happening. It's called government. Under Obama, the rules have been reversed. He punishes the superstars at the top for our success. He taxes us to death. The more you make, the less you keep. He puts in place so many rules and regulations, it's impossible to run our businesses anymore. The financial first responders are now condemned and punished for our heroism. Capitalism is under attack. That's why the U.S. economy is failing. That's why there are no new jobs. That's why a recent study proves there is more opportunity for entrepreneurial success and wealth in emerging market countries than in America. How shocking and sickening and disgusting is that? And if you still don't believe me, study Detroit, that has done things the Obama way for the last 50 years under 100% Democratic rule with Obama's exact policies. Detroit is now a bankrupt, insolvent third world hellhole, unable to pay its bills. Or take a look at Detroit. They've also followed the Obama socialist model for the past 50 years. Ask the people of Greece and Cyprus and Portugal and Spain and Italy and France how that's working out. By the way, new car sales in the EU recently hit their lowest level in 20 years. Even in Germany, car sales were down dramatically. Just as I predicted, for 2 years right here at Personal Liberty, Europe is in the midst of a Great Depression. How's that big government welfare state mentality working out for the people of Europe? There's only one way to save America and turn around this economy. One way. Celebrate and reward the financial first responders. Meaning, treat your top 20% of taxpayers the best and stop rewarding the bottom 20%. Obama's proven that's a recipe for disaster. Or as my blue-collar butcher said, I'd love to hate the rich, but no one poor has ever given me a job. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless America, and God bless capitalism and the financial first responders.